and close their business under their terms and time.
What's up? What's up?
In the near future, or are just considering your options?
We are live. I'm just listening to some Bloomberg radio.
At ableauctions.ca.
And man, I'm driving, so I want to know, like, what's up? I'm on the road. You guys have any picks for me, man? You guys have any news for me? What's going on in the markets? I need you guys to tell me what's going on. I heard that the Dow was down like 600 points all of a sudden. And now I heard it's up. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just driving, listening to Bloomberg radio. And I hear the markets are going crazy. So if you guys have any picks that are popping, please let me know, man. I'd love to know. I'm just driving right now. I'm downtown Vancouver. And yeah, I'm just doing some running around. And I thought, man, we got an hour until market closes. And maybe the people could bring me some of the winners. And in the meantime, I'm listening to some Bloomberg radio. So if there's anything big that happens, I want to be able to bring it to you, the people, first. So let's see. Hopefully they'll talk to some cannabis companies. Sometimes they do that.
Fossil Energy Office in 2019 is soliciting proposals and funding research on miniaturized coal plants. The Trump administration wants to advance what it calls the coal plants of the future, which are small modular facilities that the Fossil Energy Office claims are more efficient than operating plants today and could be fitted with carbon capture technologies. Despite the low price of natural gas, the Trump administration has made multiple attempts to revive the coal industry. Still, coal consumption in the U.S. is at its lowest point since 1979.
Wow.
According to the American Coalition for Clean Coal Electricity, since the beginning of 2010, operators have either retired or announced the retirement of 637 coal units in 43 states, the equivalent of 120,000 megawatts of electricity and 40% of the existing fleet. The Fossil Energy Office suggests the technology could be exported to developing countries.
If there's any picks that are popping right now, please let me know.
Business Reports. I'm Bob Moon.
AM Vancouver, an iHeart radio station.
Is BNN Bloomberg Radio.
BNN Bloomberg Radio.
iHeart radio app.
To go. It seems as though the market strength over the past couple of days is being attributed to oversold conditions, with the market being down by about 20% peak to trough.
Yes.
And to that, perhaps seller exhaustion. And then also perhaps one of the biggest reasons that I'm hearing for the late move yesterday as well as today are the pension funds rebalancing their portfolios and or buying, obviously.
The buying just keeps coming in right at the end of market every day. Like, what's up?
A nice
Some sneak attack buying.
Here as well, though, at the CSX
Yo, what's up, party people?
As it relates to the energy sector.
Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend.
So definitely when you take a look at the TSX sectors right now.
Wish you all a happy New Year's.
It's a risk on day to day. Of course,
the TSX is up right now.
A lot of losses to make up and recoup for 2018 as we head into 2019. Let's get a look at what else is going on in the market.
Vivo up 19%. Woo! Vivo's popping, eh?
The managing director.
Finally.
Strategist at Miller Tabang standing by for us in Massachusetts. Newton,
what else is popping, people?
Thanks so much for joining us.
Very happy today? Hey, man, I'm happy that you're happy, brother.
In terms of what's going on, I mean, the way the market felt going back 5 days ago, I don't know that many people would have expected a 1,000-point move in the Dow, let alone the continuation of that move higher.
Are you for real? I'm live and you're cutting me off?
Oh, I think the market got just completely washed out. I mean, even before that kind of Friday, Monday, the Monday being Christmas Eve.
Raining.
That's
see the rain behind me?
Almost
All the rain.
2 days.
It's everywhere, it's just raining. All you see is darkness.
Sentiment was very negative.
This is Vancouver, man.
Kind of, next to boost the
welcome to Vancouver.
Expiration and an index rebalancing. And of course, on Christmas Eve was only half a day and the market was very thin.
We are listening to Bloomberg Radio. They're trying to explain why the market is bouncing back. T got up 19%. Yo! T got!
Kind of showed that the market was really getting washed out. We saw that capitulation that everybody was looking for.
What else is up, people? Share the wealth. I want to know what's popping. I'm driving. I ain't in front of the computer.
Overdone, but we're seeing the
T-God's killing it as predicted. I told you guys.
That we had some capitulation.
Told you guys. Can't keep a good company down.
What does it mean? It means that the sellers have become exhausted. There's nothing left to sell. So they tried to sell it off each time, and those sellers sell-offs actually failed. We hear about rallies.
Buying the red, selling the green.
That failed midday, and the market.
Yo, I'm just headed downtown, man. I'll show you guys where I'm headed.
At least for now,
I'll
on a
show you.
short-term basis, for the next couple of weeks, the worst is behind us.
I'll show you when I get there. I'll be there shortly.
That we actually won't see those continuation of sell-offs because prior to
we're going to load up for the long weekend. That's all I can say. We're going to load up for the long weekend.
The beginning of January is going to be very
It's
tough.
true. We're going to load up for the long weekend.
It's always hard to see it, but experience tells me when.
What are your guys' plans for the long weekend? You guys still immersed into the markets. APHA up 13%. Let's go. Aurora up 5%. Didn't I just tell you guys it was a buy? Didn't I just tell you guys it was a buy? I'm pretty sure I just told you it was a buy.
When the market looks like it was going to really roll over.
Yeah, man. Get into party supplies, yo. You know how it is. You know how we do it.
Almost every sharp, or at least big correction or bear market has seen a retest of the lows. So at some point in January, maybe early February, we'll probably see that retest. So I'm not saying we're completely out of the woods. I'm just saying that I think that
coming off the bottom.
We're pricing for too much bad news, and therefore
come on, guys, smash that like button, man. If you don't smash the like button, I'm canceling the stream, man. Straight up.
In the opening, one of the reasons I'm hearing
if you don't smash the like button, I'm canceling the stream. What does it take to hit the like button? Come on, man. Don't hate.
Are you hearing that? Do you believe
Participate.
What should we take away from it?
Let's go, man.
Well, it's something I've certainly heard. I've heard
yeah,
about
man, a big green day. Didn't I tell you guys yesterday we're gonna have a green day today?
In the last year or so.
You like my driving gloves?
It's not a new thing. The pension funds, they have a certain asset allocation, which is defined in advance. A lot of people, you think about 60% stocks and 40% bonds.
Do you know ACB up last year same time? Aurora last year this time went all the way up to like $15
it's more in line with
in January before it came back down.
The money you have in stocks versus bonds. So
yep, and I expect it to go up again. I told you guys Aurora was a buy. I've been telling you guys Aurora is a juicy buy.
I don't know how much
Aurora, Curaleaf, MedMen,
I haven't seen enough of that over the years to really say that's the actual.
Kush bottles, my Fab Five. Told you, and they're all up today. All up today. Surprise, surprise. Thanks, bro. Thank you for smashing that like button, man. Respect.
Earlier in the week that are rarely seen. It should lead to a semblance of a rally in January.
I am about to hit our beauties. So I'm right around the beaches right now.
Seen other than it's the beginning of the end of the bull market when you really see this kind of volatility and the swings that we've been seeing.
Man, we're gonna be riding these waves forever, man.
That could certainly be
we ain't ever stopping and riding these waves, man. We're gonna be deep in this game. We're gonna have our own media company, our own CBD company. What else do you need, man? We're in the cannabis space. We're in the cannabis space.
2011.
We ain't just buying stocks, man.
Even if this is going to be another horrible bear market, and that's certainly not
I drive a 2018 Honda Civic.
If you look back at the 2000 to 2003 bear market or the 2007 to 2009 bear market, each one of them had 5 to 7 bounces of as much as 24%, and anywhere from 8 to 24%. So big bounces. So what I'm saying is that
Honda gang.
only be one of those.
I'm a practical guy. I've never had I've never had an expensive car. Spend money on real estate, not on cars. But I promise you, when we get where we want to go, I will have my Lambo. It's something that it's a goal of mine, Lamborghini. So that's the goal. And I won't buy it until I can buy it cash. I promise you that. So when I have it cash, I'll buy the Lambo.
Before the market went down, I started talking about healthcare, utilities, consumer staples.
We got a long way to go, man. We're building $1 billion company, so what's a Lambo? It ain't nothing.
They haven't been all that good, but I've been pushing really since May, and they've been outperformed both when the market was
and or huge. That's a tough question.
And outperforming now.
I like them both.
Only because it's
how about both?
But the
I like them both.
As we move into next year, and we have all these certainties, we just don't just have
Lambos and Ferraris, man.
The Fed, we have
Lambos
trade
and
wars,
Ferraris.
we have Europe, we have Trump investigations, and on and on. So you get a little bit more defensive. That can kind of ease any kind of downside if we have further downside. The only other thing I would mention, though, is that also look at stocks that pay not only good dividends, but ones that have a record of increasing their dividends on a regular basis for many years. And that way that you can kind of ride your through the volatile times and get paid while you're waiting.
In terms of owning dividend stocks right now, and of course if it's a dividend grower, that's different than just a dividend stock. But am I to read
lost
into
you
that
guys there.
comment at all that you think that the Fed will take a pause?
I own properties in Canada. I have a villa in the Dominican Republic.
I think they will take
I
a
have
pause at one
property
point.
in Portugal,
However, we hear a
and
lot
I'm
of
going to be
people
getting
talk
more.
about,
The only reason why I'm
maybe
selling my properties right now is because I'm going through a divorce. Once my divorce is finalized, I'm going to start buying real estate again. I used to own 10 properties before I got divorced. I used to own 10. That's my thing. Real estate's my thing.
Market gets clobbered, then they can reverse things. But there's no question they're more dovish than they had been.
Where are we at?
But they're still raising rates.
Yo, it's raining a lot, man. Can't even see.
Until those things change, I still think it's going to be an important headwind for the market next year.
Okay, Matt, good to catch up with you today. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, and Happy New Year.
Thanks, you too. That's Matt Nally, he's the managing director and equity strategist at Miller Tabak.
These guys are crossing the street really slowly. Could you be any slower?
Headlines.
Aphria. Hear the news?
Green Growth Brands went public late yesterday.
Here it is.
With its plan to launch an offer for the Canadian top producer. The valuation its plan is raising some eyebrows. The Green Growth CEO says he's confident market forces will prevail.
Ow.
I think negotiation and valuation is the discussion that naturally happens as you pursue these things. And obviously we're open to all of it. Basically, we know that the decision on this ultimately gets made by the shareholders. And we believe in efficient capital markets, and that's how this is going to play out.
Wow.
And a new trade tax will take effect in just 2 days. The Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership will come into force on Sunday in the first 6 countries that ratified the deal. Once fully implemented, the TPP will consist of 11 nations and give Canada preferential access to key markets in Asia as well as Latin America. Meanwhile, Tesla shares are seeing an uptick after appointing 2 new directors to its board. The move is in response to an SEC lawsuit against Tesla and Elon Musk over his tweets about taking the company private. The next step for the electric car maker is a series of steps to keep Musk's social media presence in check. And it's down to the wire for Sears, the bankrupt U.S. retailer.
Sears is going under, man.
To sell some of its assets.
Do I think that ACB is still a good buy at this point? Yes.
Appliance brand. So far, Sears chairman and major shareholder.
Can I add you into the Rich TV Live group? There's a waiting list. If you want to go into my Rich TV Live WhatsApp group, email me at richtvlive@gmail.com. Hey Frank, isn't that what I told you? Didn't I tell you anything under $8 for Aurora is a good buy? Was I right? I mean, just saying. I'm pretty sure I was right. Here it is, listen.
With Green Growth Brands announcing plans to take a run at the top producer, our David George Koch has more. David.
So Aphria shares have popped earlier today, and they're pretty consistent. They're trading around 13.6% higher. A significant pop contrary to what we've seen earlier this month when Aphria shares have plummeted over that short seller report. The potential bidder, they have yet to make a formal offer for Aphria. They're up about 4% on trading on the CSE. Now, the valuation of this offer is $2.8 billion from GGB's standpoint, and that includes
it's a lowball offer, but that's what happens when you don't respond to scandal.
Per share for Green Growth Brands. That's to come, obviously, but right now, analysts are weighing in GMT. This offer looks particularly ambitious, but given that Green Growth Brands was not able to enter friendly negotiations with Aphria earlier, as they've stated in their press release, it makes this potential takeover offer even more unlikely, according to GMT.
Yeah, apparently it's very hostile.
On top of this, we've had some months, and they highlighted a number of interesting relationships between Aphria, Green Growth Brands, and an investment firm called Green Acre Capital. Now, Green Acre Capital, there you see on the screen, invested about $30 million into Greenacre when it was being established into one of its funds. Greenacre took one of those funds and invested into Green Growth Brands.
You think they should take the offer? I wouldn't take the offer.
25% stake in the company.
I would not take the offer.
Aphria, the CEO, Vic Neufeld, is an advisor to Greenacre Capital. He currently, though, has a passive advisory position on that board and does not receive any compensation. Another Aphria board member, Sean Dim, is a former Green Growth Brands director as well. So there's a lot of insider self-dealing or potential allegations of that highlighted by the Hindenburg report. Now, Aphria themselves are not commenting on this report. They've said all that they need to say in the release that they made earlier today, where they've rebuffed the takeover offer from Green Growth Brands. And they don't
want to comment on the Hindenburg report again, eh?
Okay.
Aphria's too funny.
They
never want to comment.
Over the weekend and into next week, I suppose.
Well, I kind of expected this to be kind of a quiet period, but never dull moment in the cannabis industry, as we've learned this year. There's a few potential things that could happen, obviously. I think Green Growth Brands could raise its offer if they get a sense that the shareholder support is lacking.
He's saying that Green Growth could raise their offer, right?
For Aphria, or Aphria could decide to push back and continue to remain an independent company. So there's a lot of dynamic opportunities here, and definitely we're going to be watching this going forward.
Okay, David, thanks so much. Thank you. Coming up next, we're going to get further perspective on the Canadian cannabis industry.
I'm bringing you guys the news first, man.
You are watching the close on BNN Bloomberg.
We're watching the close on BNN Bloomberg. I'm going to show you guys where I'm at and where I'm doing my shopping, and then I'll come back after, because I'm going to go back in the car, and we'll get more news for you guys from BNN Bloomberg. Check this out. See where I'm at? Can you see that? Yo, it's raining hard, man. It's raining hard. You guys see where I'm at? You guys see where I'm at? You guys see where I'm at? Alright, I'll be back.